Don't mess up, Joker.
Welcome to Tales from the Flipside, bringing you another episode of Deal or Flipside. Today we have a special guest of East meets West. But before we do all our intros, let's do our short intro clip. All right, I told you it was going to be short, right? So who do we have?
real short.
Yeah. So who do we have on the panel with us? We have some crew members of East meets West. Let's start with Josh.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thanks for having us on. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the shows, especially this one. But yeah, looking forward to having a good time. And I will talk about any book. So I'll just put that out there right now. There's no book that I'm not afraid to talk about.
Nice.
All right. Well, I guess I introduced myself, right? Well, this is Joker from East meets West, part of the New York Warriors too. Man, and you know, this is a certain book I don't want to talk about. We mentioned it backstage. You know, every time I just play it. I don't care though. We'll talk about whatever. And yeah, man, I'm just excited to join this show and talk about some books.
Nice.
And then you got Gomez Comic Collector. Like I said, I've been with East meets West. We originated with Joker and just talk about comics and all that shit and. Just ready to go and see what you guys got on the table for us. So, ready to do this.
Yeah, the first time I ever caught y'all was actually on It's Drunken Chat. So it's great to be on the panel with you. So
nice, man. All right,
cool.
Yeah. Well, we gotta go back. I definitely enjoy that show, man.
Oh yeah, it's tons of fun, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, and then who are our Flipside crew members with us today?
This is Red Hood, your friendly neighborhood comic presser.
Best presser in Texas.
Oh man,
I agree.
It's good to see you guys. I appreciate having East meets West here, man. I'm a big fan of y'all's show.
Appreciate it.
Started following Joker on Keep It Thorough, and Thorough's a good man. It'd be cool if I had him on here too, but it's all good. But thanks for jumping on, man. I really appreciate it.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Appreciate it.
Very cool. Hey, this is Tony from Blue Green Artifacts. Good to see everybody. I'm really glad you guys made it. In my opinion, when the different shows, when the different content creators get together, it just makes everything so much stronger. You know what I mean? People see your show that hadn't seen it before. People see our show that hadn't seen it before. We all win the more comic fans there are out there. So great to have you.
Appreciate that. I mean, we're no strangers to Tales from the Flip Side. We did the top 10, on Fridays, man. But it's always fun to do things. So many guys over here in Tales from the Flip Side. I don't know who's who. Who's the head guy? You know what I mean?
That's our brave leader, CEO, Dino.
Okay.
It's Aaron. He's a tyrant, man.
I'm the guy in the back scenes that does a lot of the back stuff.
Got you.
Nice. Yeah. And then we have Mercenai. What's going on?
What's up, everybody? What's happening? This is the comic book equivalent of a featuring, like on a rap song or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
A fucking remix.
Everybody's collabing.
There's mixtapes, baby. That's it.
Right.
All right. Yeah. And before we start, I'll go ahead and explain the rules. So I'll throw up 2 books for comparison, and then the panel will decide at that price point which one they will pick. Everyone has signs, and then they're color coded. With the flip side, it's going to be red, and then the Modern Playbook symbol is going to be blue. So, and then on the count of 3, I will ask you to hold up your signs after I do explanations of the book, and then I will choose 2 panelists to discuss the book of why they chose that book at that price point. And then anyone is open to. Then the discussion is open on the floor for discussion of. If they want to add additional points that wasn't touched on. And then audience members, let us know which book you would pick. And then as a fun twist, tell us which member on the panel of what book they would pick, of what you think they're going to pick before they throw it up. Just thought we try something fun. All right. Can I do a poll? I'll see if I can. I'm not really sure how to do that, but I will learn how to do that so I can do that next time. All right, so I made this little graphic for us today, just adding a little bit of flavor to it. Hopefully, Howie Mandel doesn't sue us, and then I decided to throw in the East Miss West symbols. So, all right, but let's pull up our first. Yeah, let's pull up our first set of books. All right, so we have a Batman Beyond #1, special origin issue, 3rd print. They are saying it's in a fine condition versus a Superman Batman Annual #4 CGC 9.6 that sold for $200. All right, so hold up the sign for Batman Beyond with the red for the Flipside cassette tape, or blue for the Superman Annual #4. All right, and 3, 2, 1, hold up your signs. All right, so it looks like we have a unanimous decision of the Batman Beyond.
Yep.
All right, so let's.
Yo, can I talk about this? Can I talk about this?
Yeah, go for it. Does anyone want to play devil's advocate?
There will be no devil's advocate.
Yeah, 100%.
That thing is severe. That Batman Beyond is severely undervalued.
And it's crazy fucking rare. Like, excuse my language. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even know if anyone knows what the print count is on this. I actually have one, a 9.4. And it is crazy hard to find this book. I mean, I've heard rumors that the print count on this could be like under 1,000 or 500. You just do not find this book. And for people that don't know, I don't know if everyone is familiar with how you tell the difference on the 3rd print. It says special origin issue instead of, it doesn't say 1 of 6 or whatever it says, and obviously no barcode. It's basically a ghost book. You'll see them pop up here and there, but not very often.
Yep.
Damn. And it sold for $200, bro.
Yeah.
With $5 shipping
for a fine.
Yeah, for a fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy that I was just like, let me see if I can find books to compare, and then I mean, and then with the news that broke out last year with the Superman Batman Annual, or no, Superman Batman 22 and 23 being the actual first appearance of
I remember that shit.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty crazy. Yeah, and it's funny actually. Now, like I guess like a year later, like the prices of those books have dropped down too. I think I was seeing like raw copies selling for like $20 around that price.
I think the comic community kind of made their choice as far as what's going to be the book, and I mean that's the way it goes. I mean, the people who know what the issue that everybody wants. I mean, it's that top one. And Jesus Christ, that 3rd print. Only 1,000 copies. Jesus.
I mean, I don't know. Do any of you guys know the print count? I can't imagine that it's any higher than that at the most. The
funny thing is that there are no like auction sales for it. It's always like something.
Right now.
There's always an astronomical price or something way undervalued. I was lucky enough to get one for like $60. You know what I mean? And I was like within a minute of it posting. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know our boy George, he found one at a show, and it graded at a 9.6, and I think he has it up for sale. I'm plugging. But there's like I would love to see, like, it doesn't even matter the condition. I would love to see an auction, an actual, honest to goodness auction for that Batman Beyond 3rd print. And the best thing and the greatest fake out in the world is when you're doing a search and you see and you'll see it cut off and you realize it's like the Six Flags version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's always fun to see. And you click on it real quick. You're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. To me, what the one that always shocks. The one that shocks me the most was when Brian pulled up that picture of the Return of the Jedi auction, and then there was 2 copies of the Star Wars Clone Wars that weren't even mentioned in the title or anything like that. They were just included in the picture, and
they were newsstands too, dude.
Yeah, and it sold for $250. Like, To me, that blows my mind. Like, you know, if they had just mentioned one of the Star Wars Clone Wars in there, I'm sure that auction would have gone like completely nuts, especially if they're starting at that low.
That's a boomer post right there.
It's like, oh, no one cares about this book, so I'll throw in an extra one for them.
I want to get confirmation from the buyer that he actually received those books and it wasn't just, you know,
a gimmick.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Because it wasn't listed.
No, but it was in the description though. The 2 Clone Wars were there.
Okay.
All right.
But it wasn't in the listing.
Yeah, it wasn't in the title. Yeah, it wasn't in the title. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next set of books.
Yes.
All right, so we have a Uncanny X-Men 21 9.6 JTC Rogue Negative variant that sold for $209 versus the new X-Men 1 J. Scott Campbell Negative Space variant that sold for $250 raw. So the Flipside sign for the graded Rogue or the J. Scott Campbell blue for the J. Scott Campbell one. All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go with Tony, and let's go with who's right above him? Gomez.
Well, you want me to talk first? I'll talk first. Being the fact that it's a rare SDCC variant. Was it John Tyler Christopher? I knew that one was really hot for a while, and that one was heating up. So I think that one's like hard to obtain as opposed to like the J. Scott Campbell. It's limited to what, 2,500. I don't know. I just think that the way that when he came out, it was really hot. So I think that book still holds its value. And J. Scott Campbell, he's everywhere in a way too. So I don't know. Even though it's limited to 2,500. I don't know. I'll go with the Rogue one, the one on the JTC.
Yeah, you know, I've been like on a roller coaster with these negative space variants. I was a huge fan of them for a while and started chasing and trying to pick up all of them that I could. I don't know. Somewhere I just fell off the wagon. I went with the bottom one mainly because it's a little bit more limited and it's a J. Scott Campbell instead of the John Tyler Christopher, just as something different. I like that 90s costume. But no, I'm kind of down on negative space variants in general. I think it's, you know, themes are cool at the beginning and then they catch on. And then you see some really hot ones like that Wolverine. And then, I don't know, after a while, you just, for me, they just lose their luster. You don't see the values, you know, keep creeping up. They go up, they go down.
Well, then the fact that it's graded already at what, $50 less, $30, $40 less. So you're buying something at the price. I'm looking at the price point too. You're buying it already graded as opposed to the other ones raw. So you don't even know what that's going to come out. It could be a 9.6 as well. So you're going to pay. I just look at the point as costly wise too. I look at the price. It's already taken care of. It's just shipped you out. You have to get it, ship it. So you can invest another $50 more in that book if you want to grade it in a way, especially if you want to print.
I'm noticing shipping. I'm noticing shipping is getting cheaper too. It's $4.20 now, right?
Must be that first class shipping or something.
Dude, they're gonna ship it in a paper bag, dude.
No bubble wrap.
Oh man!
But hopefully it'll be bagged and boarded.
Yeah, hopefully.
Wow.
Does anyone want to add on to either or pick?
Hey, you know the New York Comic, because that came out. What the John Tyler Christopher? Did it come out New York Comic Con? Oh, no, it was SEC. Excuse me, it was San Diego. Yeah, you know that one. I mean, I'm talking off covers now. I don't know. The book for me is gonna be the J. Scott Campbell, just more eye appealing for me. The top one was hot at one point. This is the flavor of this year right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with the Rogue. You know what I mean? I mean the J. Scott Campbell. I like that one. Yeah,
the yellow makes it pop.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said before, that 90s Jim Lee type X-Men, you know, is awesome. That cover's awesome.
You know what's interesting is I can't remember another J. Scott Campbell negative space variant. I mean, it's almost like he's doing it to throw down the gauntlet. Okay, let's see who's better.
Yeah,
you know
basically.
what I mean. I wonder what kind of beef he has with John Tyler Christopher.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
So that almost, because I've never seen him do a negative space, and I mean I collect J. Scott Campbell, and
I mean,
that's the first time. And I think you hit the nail on the head, Joker. I mean, that's all '90s vibe right there, man.
So are we gonna have now a JTC versus JSC war
Man.
going on
oh,
here?
maybe, yeah. But I mean, one thing I was gonna say though is, for like the JTC Rogue, that didn't really hit like really
Yeah.
hard until that Wolverine cover came out. Is
Good
what
point.
I remembered.
Good point.
And yeah, and then the other point I was going to make was that, do you think it was mainly like just Reed Pop putting in the art direction that like, hey, we want you to do a negative space variant to J. Scott Campbell? I mean, I don't know. I don't work for Reed Pop, so I wouldn't have the answer. But anyways, yep. Those are just like a couple of thoughts I had.
I know Reed Pop likes to ship with a shitty backboard.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
made out of paper.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, just saying.
And did anyone on the panel actually get a chance to buy the J. Scott Campbell one?
No.
I didn't.
Okay, because I was going to ask if it actually did come in a bag of board, or if it was actually like cellophane wrapped. Maybe someone in the audience that got a copy. Let us know. Did it come in a bag and board, or was it actually cellophane wrapped like it said?
Oh yeah, because of the shortage of bags.
Yeah. So I don't know, but anyways, let's move on to our next set of books. All right, so I have the Something Is Killing the Children, #1 New York City Comic-Con exclusive, Jay Lee. That's limited to 500 for $800, versus a Saga 1 CGC 9.8 that sold for $750. So, red for Something Is Killing the Children, blue for Saga. All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go with Red Hood, and let's go with who's is that Graf right below me?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Josh.
well, if you want to go with
Josh.
Joker, since I went on the first one, that's fine.
Yeah, I can talk about this.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Either or.
My man Red Hood, you want to go first?
Okay, so like Saga 1 and a 9.8 first printing, I think it's one of those things where it's more than just a #1. I think it's one of those that is so popular, kind of Walking Dead-ish, and kind of, and aren't they going to revitalize that story? Aren't they doing something with Saga right now to kind of continue on? Or
yeah, it's coming back in the next.
I heard that was actually a fake person, Fiona.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that joined that chat and that panel.
are you serious?
Yeah, I heard it was fake. So
Okay,
I don't. I don't.
Flip.
So yeah, no, I can't do that. I mean, a Saga 198, it's and Gomez said, it's like it's already graded. I mean, you're looking at the price now. Something Is Killing the Children. That black and white is awesome, dude. I mean, I'll just go with the Saga. It's graded. Make it easy. 9.8.
I mean, I picked Something's Killing the Children because Something's Killing the Children is the hot thing right now, man. That's the hot sauce right now. And being the New York Comic Con exclusive at that's more rare at that. I know it's graded. Saga #1, 9.8, but that graded, and who knows what Something's Killing the Children is going to do on Netflix or the spin-off stories on Something's Killing the Children. That's the book, man. Right now, that's the book right now. Definitely. Does it have any weight to hold on to? Long term. Who knows? We don't know, but I'm digging the J Lee cover, the black and white cover. I didn't even know that there was a black and white cover until I saw it now. So
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a con exclusive that like when the book first dropped. So
do you have that, Aaron?
I don't have that copy. That's like
You're
one of the
lying,
books.
dude.
I'm not lying. I did get the later issue, the 16 that Jay Lee did for a store exclusive,
Okay.
where it has Jessica and Erica as a teen.
I'm shocked you do not have this cover, bro.
We got to think about the print run too. I think Josh said about was that one that we just talked about? What was a ghost?
Batman Beyond.
Yeah, Batman Beyond. This one could be a ghost in time, and being 800 hasn't even hit his peak yet, as opposed to how much it'll go for raw or even graded. And if it was graded, it'd probably be triple the value, or around the 2K, 3K mark. So having it that at raw, it's going to only jump. Just the fact that it has room to grow. Has more room to grow, I think, than Saga, myself, personally.
Man, if that fake Fiona Staples news hadn't, maybe I would have picked something that's killing the children, man.
Oh, man.
She's lying on me, man.
I mean, that's what I heard. I mean, I don't know if anything's been confirmed that, the series is continuing, but, it shows that, like, people are still waiting to hear that news that, like, hey, the series is going to continue. I know my brother's a big Saga fan, and I think, and he kind of got out of the comics to get back into Magic, but I think if Saga said they were going to relaunch, he'd probably get back into it. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, how long has it been on hiatus already, Saga?
I think it's like 2 years now.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure we can all ask Brian K. Vaughan at Baltimore Comic Con.
Oh, there you go.
Mad Dog, what's up with the Saga, dude?
Yeah, and then also being a big fan of something that's killing the children. One thing I always hear is like, is it going to reach the Saga level? Is it going to reach like Walking Dead level? Like I always hear those comparisons like go back and forth all the time. Maybe because it's just independent books or something like that, but I don't know.
I wouldn't sell that Saga for $750. That feels undervalued, and the fact that it is $750, $9.8, with no real hype around it, no other hype around it, no TV, no revival hype. It's just kind of like I'm feeling it. It just feels that's really undervalued to me.
I agree.
And the $800 for that something that's killing children, that feels
high.
It feels like it just feels like it feels like the top to me. You know what I'm saying? So
well, the first print goes for what? About 1,000, right? The first print right now.
More than that, a little bit now.
Yeah,
yeah. I think graded 9.8s. I think I've seen
1,400. Yeah, I've seen go 1,400. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah, I think everything is kind of going up. I mean, that Jay Lee cover, I want to say it's doubled in price in the last year.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our next set of books. I think these are from Rob.
Okay.
So from Rob's Comics, he gave us this comparison of a Fantastic Four number 52, 4.0 that sold for $1,230 versus a Tomb of Dracula number 10, 6.0 that sold for $1,250.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
this is tough.
Yeah. So I made sure they get tougher as we keep on going. I just wanted to throw you some warm ups at the beginning. So red Flipside tape for the Fantastic Four 52. The blue Modern Playbook symbol for Tomb of Dracula, number 10. All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go with Carter for the Fantastic Four 52, and then let's go with Gomez for the Fantastic Four. I mean, Tomb of Dracula.
All right, you go first this time, brother.
Okay. A VG for a Silver Age book is always respectable.
Mm-hmm.
And that Tomb of Dracula 10, I don't know, I've come across too many high-grade copies just to settle on a 6.0. That doesn't feel, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Maybe just because I've been I've been at it for like a few years. You know what I'm saying? So to trip over a high grade copy of Tomb of Dracula #1, that's not that big a deal. You dig? So yeah. But a VG for a Silver Age like that, I like that I like that for especially for the price. So yeah, Fantastic Four #52.
And mine is more nostalgic purposes as opposed to if I had either one for the money I had in my pocket for the same value, I would go with the 6.0 because I was raised watching Blade and get to know who Blade was and finding out that it was later down on Tomb of Dracula #10. So me, if I had both books in my hand and the guy said, okay, both of them for $12.50, which one would you pick? I'll pick Tomb of Dracula because I don't come across those that much unless it's a facsimile. So me personally, I would go with the Tomb of Dracula because I know it has more legs to grow right now in a way because they're still doing works of doing a movie and everything. So it's still, I don't think it's reached the peak. I know it's a 6.0. You probably could get better grade. I agree with Merson on that. But me personally, that's what I would go with in my mind because I'm a Blade fan myself as opposed to Black Panther fan. Later down the line, I love the actor, rest in peace. But, I would go with the Tomb of Dracula any time of the day. That's just my purpose.
And it looks like Chris Colbert made his vote saying T'Challa is dead. Wow. Tomb of Dracula 10 all day.
Damn, cold. That's cold.
Cold-blooded. That's Ivan Drago cold.
Everybody looking at Shuri.
I mean, if he dies, he dies.
I'm biased myself too. I'm an FF guy, and I think that 52 is just badass. I mean, I just recently picked up the second appearance. You know what I mean? At Terrificon. Nice. But the first appearance is the one you want, and that book is also so awesome to have. If you're collecting, Silver Age FFs, Tomb of Dracula's, man, that first Blade. Of course, that's the hottest book right now. That's a hot book as it is. But when my man T'Challa come along with the what ifs and stuff like that, that might be a book to get right now.
Yeah, T'Challa's going to be Star-Lord, isn't he?
Yeah, and the what ifs.
There would be some shit. They put that on a comic, man.
I mean, he may be dead, but he's still active in the what ifs, man. So
Yeah, on episode #2, he'll be on that. So it'll be dope to see.
Yeah.
And looking back at some of Rob's comments from when we were chatting about these comparisons, it looks like I actually made a mistake. So the Tomb of Dracula was actually supposed to be a 3.0. That was a Mark Jewelers insert. Oh. So I don't know if that changes anyone's mind of which book they would pick.
I'll still stick with the
Me too.
Just because. But that's a hard one. That's a double digit. Why you got to flip me on the flip side one?
Hey, welcome to Dealer Flipside.
I'm sticking by FF52. I'm sticking with it.
I don't know. Carter seems like he was on the fence. Would you flip your choice if it was a 3.0 Mark Jewelers Tomb of Dracula instead?
You know what?
Right? More rare.
Yeah, that's tougher. I'd be like this.
Yeah, I think
a lot of it too. How does the book present?
True.
Yeah, because I mean, if you get the spine all jacked up, and but if it looks like that, and there's just maybe water damage on the back, man, I could live with it.
Yo, Red Hood, the real question for you is: has the book been pressed? That's what we want.
I'm not allowed to do that. I've gotten a lot of feedback where I got to take that out of the equation because I press and because I look at these books. Okay, that's a candidate. I'll crack that 4.0 open.
I got you, bro.
Just wait a week or two before when everyone forgets, and you can secretly crack them and press them.
What do you think,
Brad?
Brad?
Out on there, right?
Which one would you crack open, Josh?
Well, the 3. If it was a 3.0, well, I'd crack all 3 of them. I'll tell you that right now. This is hard for me because, like what I would do if I was giving advice to somebody on buying these books, and what I would do if it was me. Now, there's nothing wrong with these books. Everybody knows me. Like I only for Silver Age books, I only go 8.0 or above. Obviously, still respectable, great.
Mr. Bougie over here,
without a doubt. But, so, like, I would if we're going off Mark Jewelers, I would have to take the 3.0 Mark Jewelers Tomb of Dracula just because it's rare. It's more rare.
Okay.
But kind of like Mercenot said, I almost feel like what he said about the Tomb of Dracula 6.0. Like there's so many more at a higher grade. Like there's so many more FF 52s at a higher grade that I would rather have than that. This is hard for me, man. I really. But if I had to tell somebody, if it wasn't me personally buying it, I would go with the Tomb of Dracula 3.0 Mark Jewelers. I just think Tomb of Dracula has more. There's more potential for it short term than long term. Like obviously, I think FF52 is the long term play, but Tomb of Dracula 10 is definitely I think the short term play if you're looking for a quick flip.
And then we actually have Rob in the house watching some of his comparisons. So welcome in, Rob. And then this is your first set, and then we have a couple more from him. So let's move on to our next set. We have.
You made it difficult, Rob.
All right. So we have a Black Panther #2 CBCS 9.8. Where's the first appearance of Shuri versus the a raw copy of Fantastic Four number 52 and 54, where it's the first and third appearance. I don't think I could find the original comparison that he had, but I found this one instead. All right. So, red for the Black Panther 2 or blue for the Fantastic Four 52 and 54. Hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1.
This has to be a clean sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not playing devil's advocate.
I mean, I don't even know how you could go with the first one over that. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
No, go for it. Go ahead,
man.
The floor is open.
Like, okay, Shuri, fine, whatever. I just don't see the long-term. If we're talking purely, not just enjoying the book for what it is, and you like that character, and you're just talking purely selling it, that kind of thing. I don't even know how you can even compare. Like, Shuri is, in my mind, like the shortest of short-term play. I don't see her long-term as the Black Panther. If that is indeed what they're going to do with her in the MCU, I think it's a one-movie thing, and then that's over, and then they move on to something else. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't see it.
Depending on what grade that rule book right there is,
I don't even care.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying I'm picking in 52 all day, regardless. So all day, baby.
I think Michael B. Jordan's coming back, bro.
Killmonger.
I think he's coming back, dude. I think the What If series. I think that's how they're going to launch them into the Black Panther.
Yep.
Now, I have seen some set photos of Shuri in the outfit, but those could all be red herrings. So, but I think the What If is a great reason for
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, to bring him back.
I totally agree, Joe. I think anything less than them bringing him back to be the Black Panther is a squandered opportunity. Shameless plug, go check out my spec video on Killmonger on my channel.
Mm-hmm. Good night. It was a good video.
I've been talking about this for a long time now, but
really? Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah. So I agree. I think the What If is the launching point for him. I wouldn't even be surprised if you get his own Disney Plus show. I think that Killmonger short series that they did 2 years ago would kind of be a good place to start for that show. Change it up a little bit. Obviously, you couldn't bring in mutants, I don't think. But I think he's coming back. I think you will see him as the Black Panther in the third movie.
And I want to take this time to thank a couple of super chats. Thank you, Heroes Reborn _comics, by both from the previous comparison of I have an FF52 in a 6.5 and that Tomb of Dracula in a 9.2. And then I want to thank Chris Colbert again for sending us a super chat. T'Challa's dead, BP2 all day. So, yeah. All right. And then some comments that Rob sent me was that Second one, I considered the sibling rivalry. I have both. I want to see the panel have headaches choosing. I would pick the FF52 again because I have a 9.8 of Shuri already. That's what he was stating.
There you go. All right.
All right. And does anyone have anything else to add on either or book?
No, I think we spoke perfectly.
All right, sounds good. And let's see what else Rob gave us to choose. All right, so we have a lot of Marvel Point One. It's a lot of 25 comics of the first new Nova, Sam Alexander. I believe that's the A cover. That sold for $925 versus a Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 1, 9.8 CBCS second print that sold for $7.99. All right. So for the lot of 25 books, hold up the cassette tape red, or for the Moon Girl, hold up the Modern Playbook symbol. So hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go with Gomez and Red Hood.
All right, I'll go first. The fact that Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, that's the second print. I don't see those ever. I don't know the print run on it, but I've only seen first prints. There's a couple of extended variants on there. I think there's like a 1 in 25. But to see that at a 9.8 second print, and it hasn't even hit its peak yet, and I know there are talks about a TV show. So that one is one that I think that would be hard to obtain myself, as opposed to Marvel Point One, which Marvel Point One, I've seen those everywhere from $10 to $5, $20. So I think you could obtain that many copies in time for cheaper than what you bid it for. But you also can flip those if you're a flipper. I'm not a flipper. So me personally, for my PC, I would go with the second print, rare, low print for it, because that still has a lot of room to grow, in my point.
Okay, broski.
Right. So the Marvel Point One, I got 10 copies, right? I sold the 9.8 back in April for like $300. So, you know, Sam Alexander, if you haven't seen this movement with all these young characters, that's a thing. You know, you get a 9.6, 9.8, Jesus Christ, dude. Let's say you get $100 a copy. That's what. That's $2,500 for 925, bro. I mean,
that's why I understand. Like me personally, I know when it comes to flip point, I would go with those 25 and invest. But for me to obtain for my PC, knowing that I don't need to flip, I would go with that rare, because I know that book is a ghost in my mind.
Okay. So that's like if me and you are going PC, I mean, you got a great point. The second print, in the low print, I wonder what the print run is. There's a shitload of second prints with that are just so hard to find. Yeah.
Yes, because during that Marvel time, they were making second prints like they're doing now. During that time frame, it was back in 2017. They were making a lot of second prints because a lot of people, they weren't doing that as opposed to now. So I think personally that print run is really low.
Yeah. I mean, I get your point, but man, 25 copies, man, Jesus! I could sell half of them and then go buy that Moon Girl.
I was about to say that.
Right. If there's one available, that's the whole thing too.
Yeah,
it's already sold.
That's true.
I mean,
right? It's already at Gomez's house by then, right?
I don't think I could even find like a raw copy of the Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur 1 second print, just like to see like how much those are going for in comparison. So
I wonder if it was a CGC slab, if it would have sold for like 12.
Oh, definitely at least a $200 bump. Definitely a G.
People poo-poo like the CBCS slabs, but there's still those. I mean, a grader's a grader, man. You know, like do we even know the graders at CGC by name? Oh yeah, so and so graded my book. You know what I mean? Maybe if they had a signature that they graded your book, it would have more validation. But we don't know if the garbage man graded your book, man.
Hold on. Let me give Matt Nelson a call real quick.
No, man. I'm on good terms right now with Matt. Don't say nothing, man.
All I gotta say, at least it's not a PGX slab. That's all I gotta say. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The dude's grading it from his toilet seat, man. That looks pretty good.
Well, I just don't want a cat like on top of my book, like at some point in time.
Oh no
Pissing on that
shit.
shit.
Yeah, have you heard those stories before?
Yeah, I got one. I got some books from a guy that pissed on some Walking Dead. A cat pissed on my Walking Dead books that I was looking for. And I was at a Let Go app, and then I went to go get him. He's all, bro, I'm sorry, my cat pissed on him. I'm not gonna try to. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, here's just $5, man, because it was like 8 to 10 comics. He pissed on 4 of them, and he left them raw. He didn't know how to bag. He didn't have bag and board them, and I don't know what the fuck. I still have it somewhere. I'll post it tomorrow on IG.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Ramen Curtis, for the $5 super chat. He says, "Great show. Just get the 3 new guys, Joker, Josh, and Gomez, to lighten it up a bit. I think we're doing great, man. Like, yeah,
Uncle Roman, yo, appreciate that, man.
Fucking Ross.
Appreciate that, Roman.
yeah." I mean, but honestly, like, I feel like the gap is closing between the pricing in CBCS and CGC. I went to a Comic-Con or comic convention in Houston, Comic Palooza, and there was a guy there that had both CBCS and CGC books, the exact same book, same grade, everything, except one was a CGC and the other one was a CBCS. He had them priced exactly the same price. There was like no price difference at all.
Of course, on a con that's going to happen because he wants the money. But like, if you see like 2 comic, I think it was 2 Comic Link auctions ago, or maybe 3 at this point. There was 2 like comparisons. It was ASM 194. A CBCS CGC, same auction, and a DC Presents 47, same thing. They were off by 1,000 on one, and I think almost 2,000 on the other, just because of the 2 grading companies on the same exact auction.
Oh wow!
Fuck,
yeah,
that's why. Listen, when you're selling CBCS, fuck the auction. Have a buy it now, insist on the grade. And just like with this seller, with this Moon Girl, they didn't undervalue their shit, and it paid off.
Yeah,
You know, it's amazing the whole origin of CGC. The guy that started it, you know, leaves, goes to Heritage, and then says, you know what, I'm gonna start CBCS. So basically one guy started both of these companies. So it just seems kind of odd that one sells for more than the other. I think like I wouldn't be ashamed to have a 9.8 CBCS in a good book versus a CGC. I think there's some really good graders out there, and you know, for it to be worth half of it because of a label is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And apparently this was one of the
same type of people.
So, but yeah.
I mean, does that make sense? I
mean,
it
does.
Like, it's the same guy started both these companies. Why aren't they like, you know, just as valuable? I mean,
it's a catch up game. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Because CGC's been out way longer than CBCS. How long CBCS? 10 years or something? Less than 10 years? A little less. It's just a catch up game. That's all it is. But CBCS is gonna get up there, man. It's like Pepsi and Coke, man. You know what I mean? So
I love Pepsi.
Very true. It's like, Mom, I just wanted the Pepsi, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Here's our last comparison from Rob. We have a Jungle Action number 6 that sold for $251.50 versus the Mighty Avengers number 62 CGC graded 7.0 that sold for $100. So Flipside for the red for the Jungle Action, and blue Modern Playbook for the Mighty Avengers 62. Pull up your signs in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, it's unanimous, huh? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Look, they're both good books, like without a doubt.
Yeah.
But you know, I know some people think that M'Baku might be Black Panther. I would almost bet my entire collection he will not be the new Black Panther. I can't see it. he's not a big enough star to me. He's a fine actor, don't get me wrong. I just don't see him in that role, and I'm sure that's why these two books are probably being compared. But that Jungle Action 6, there's just so much upside to this book, and it's I don't know what this. Do you guys remember what this book did when the first Black Panther movie was about to come out? Like, did Jungle Action 6 like really shoot up? Because I'll tell you, at minimum, it fell down hard and has really shot up in the past like 8 months or so. And I don't think this book has come anywhere near its peak, especially if I think it's a very good bet that, like we were talking about before, he will be the new Black Panther at some point. It just makes logical sense in a lot of ways. Michael B. Jordan, big actor, very good friends with Ryan Coogler. They've done a few movies together. He's in the What If show. I think it's all primed and ready to go.
They've done 5 movies together.
Yeah.
So I was telling Aaron, so why wouldn't there be number 6?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, and then I think we had a roundtable discussion with Dollar. He was talking about how I think there was like some sort of confirmation or like where someone approached some of the actors or something like that, or director, and was asking like, "Hey, is Michael B. Jordan going to reprise his role into the next film?" And then their spouse answered the question for him.
Right. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. Yep.
But listen, man, $100 for 7.0 Avengers 62 is not bad, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that,
Good. Yeah, I'm saying Ed is the best offer, so $100. Dude, I take that any day. I just saw the price right now.
it's a 7.0 on a Silver Age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
I do want to say, like, when I was looking at prices after this, I think there was a later sale of a Raw book that was for auction that went slightly higher than the 7.0. And I don't know what kind of condition it was. So.
Okay.
It's a lucky day.
And then let's see.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That picture of the Jungle Action, it doesn't do it justice.
No.
I mean,
It faded out.
I mean, it's faded, but
it's a fine plus.
You look at
it's a
really
fine plus,
good
man.
copy of that. Yeah, but like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think that book, as we get closer and things start to leak out, that book is going to go nuclear. I just have that feeling, dude. Like, that's going to be a thing. They see Michael B. Jordan's like foot,
right,
the shoes or something like that, and then. I mean, they leaked out. Gore the God Butcher pictures today.
I saw that,
and Jesus Christ, that's going to look awesome, dude.
Let's see what that book is.
So the God of Thunder issue 2, the variant, the 1 in 50, man, those books are flying right now on
Ridiculous.
eBay, dude.
Yeah, and don't forget about
that's all
those
it
second
takes,
prints.
man. You give.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the second printing too. Oh yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
The blue beetle.
All right, and this was Rob's comment on it. Let's see. He said, "For I am torn. I don't own the U.S. editions of either, but I do want a Killmonger first before the M'Baku." Is what he was stating. So,
M'Baku.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't like M'Baku, man. I didn't like him. Just saying.
I like him for $100, 7.0. I do. Just saying.
I mean, that can only go up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see what we have next. All right, so this is from HM Comics. So he was telling me that he has this opportunity that he has a Star Wars Clone Wars #1 a Dark Horse 100 variant that he can possibly get used for a trade for a Star Wars #1 35-cent variant. And so I guess he wanted to throw it up to the panel to see like which one you would choose. I believe both are raw copies from what he was explaining to me. And this is the only two I could find close in comparison. So we have a Star Wars #1 3.5 35-cent variant that sold for $4,050 versus a Star Wars Clone Wars #1 CGC 9.6 that sold for $5,500. So hold up the Flipside sign for the 35-cent variant, or for Star Wars Clone Wars, hold up the Modern Playbook sign. All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1.
I did it. Josh.
I see Josh is holding up both, and then it looks like everyone else is choosing the
Ahsoka.
The Ahsoka. Okay.
That's oh man, that's such a hard. Like, well, the 35-cent one, or the 30-cent. Wait, 35-cent one. It's so rare to come around. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's such a low grade, but that Clone Wars 9.6. I mean, I know you don't want to play this game, but like, I would have to see if that could maybe be bumped to a 9.8. I mean, what did a 9.8 just sell for? Like $16,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 9.8s are like I think someone had like a $20K or best offer on eBay, but they accepted something. I think it was somewhere in that 18K range.
And the juice is worth the squeeze, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, damn it. I mean, it's a risk, but could come back a 9.4. But
Josh not scared. He's not scared, right, Josh? Nope.
No.
I mean, it's always a risk, but man, you got to take a chance, bro.
In that Ahsoka, man, even at a 9.6, man, that book is just gonna keep growing and going up. With her being on the Star Wars show and stuff like that. So my bet is on the 9.6, bro. It's pretty sweet to have a 35-cent variant, Star Wars #1, but I'm just looking at what might be potential big book in the next couple years, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna go with that right there.
Does anyone know how many 35-cent variants there are?
Don't know.
I know that it was only used in a couple of test markets throughout the nation. Like I think like California was one area, and then I forget the other one.
I think it was somewhere in the Midwest. I want to say like Missouri or something like that.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but I think it's in the Midwest somewhere they were using it.
But how many of these
9.6s?
Yeah, the Ahsoka Tano Dark Horse variants. Isn't that like
Well, there's only 1,000 of them. How many 9.6s are you asking though?
No, what I'm saying. So you're saying there's 1,000? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's 1,000 of them.
I don't know how many 35-cent variants. Is it 1,000 or more, or I don't know.
I thought it was like some weird ratio or something like that, right? To like that normal one.
I think it is.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it is. Is it like a 1 in 25?
For what? The 35-cent?
No.
Yeah. The Ahsoka? No, there was only 1,000 of them made.
Oh, there's only 1,000 total.
Yeah. Okay. There's only 1,000 total.
Okay.
It's 1,000, Wilbert. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how many 35-cent variants exist out there, but I know that the 30-cent variant or normal one, there's quite a bit out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think it's drastically smaller because like the 35-cent variants always like retained its price for a long time.
Yeah.
Forever. I mean, like ever since I got back into collecting, like I think I've seen like one before, like in a store, and it was like a 6.5 maybe or something like that. And then the guy wanted, how much did he want for it? And this is before Star Wars 1 exploded, so I think he wanted like $3K for it. Damn, and I was like, man, that price is ridiculous. And then I'm probably kicking myself now, like seeing what the prices are, right?
Yeah.
That's
too funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think. Everybody read their Star Wars 1 when it. I mean, the Star Wars #1 when it came out, man. I mean, it was a hit movie, and everybody was a fan, and they kind of wanted to relive the movie through the comic book. I mean, to find these in high grade, I mean, it should carry a premium. I mean, it was a cultural phenomenon, Star Wars. Now, like I would say these Clone Wars variants, I would assume like you wouldn't see a 3.5 in these 1 in 1,000 books, man. That's for sure. I mean, Star Wars fans, they take care of their shit, dude.
True.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole thing about Star Wars fans too. Like once they get a hold of something, and just never release the light of day again, right? Unless they're desperate for money.
Mhm.
So,
There you go.
but thank you, Lewis, for writing that comment out, saying that Overstreet suggesting only around 1,500 copies were printed in 4 different cities for the 35-cent variant. So that's an interesting fact.
That makes it rare, definitely.
And
Yeah,
how many of them are still around? You know, how many of them were destroyed one way or another?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sure there's some census data out there.
Man, I'm still sticking with my
Ahsoka.
Yeah, my Ahsoka. I'm still sticking with it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that would be definitely a hard choice to make between the two. Like, you know, if I had the Star Wars Clone Wars, would I want to trade it for a 35-cent variant? I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. You know, we could have just seen
imagine being at a show with both books.
Yeah, I mean, because the person
but imagine being at a show and you got your buddies behind you. Yeah,
true that. Yeah,
ready to drop as much money as you are. Yeah,
I know. Josh ain't going for the 3.5. I tell you that.
No, I was. It's funny you actually say. It's funny you actually say that because I'm thinking here. I'm like, man, what grade would this have to be at that I'd be like, oh yeah, all day, like wouldn't even be a question. I don't think it would have to be much higher. I'll tell you that.
How deep your pockets? That's all depends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, yeah, I think both books have like potential to grow at this point still too. I mean, as soon as the Ahsoka series drops, even maybe the Obi-Wan series could even like jump up in price for the Star Wars. Or even Star Wars 2. So we'll see.
True that.
I feel like the whole thing with the 35-cent variant too is you can 100% say that book will never lose its value just because of, the rarity, the story behind it. Now, will Ahsoka lose its value? Yeah, probably not. But you never know. It could. It may come back down to never to what it once was, but, it could all of a sudden after, she's gotten her own show and it's been around for a while and people start, losing interest in it. You might see it come back down to earth a little bit, but I think that 35-cent one will always be on an upwards trajectory no matter what.
I don't know.
All right. So let's move on to our next set of books.
Let's see.
All right, so this is from my coworker Trey. So he was saying, let's compare a X-Men 1 0.5 that sold for $3,827 versus a giant size X-Men number 1 6.0 that sold for $3,800. So which crew are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the original crew with the Flipside, or are you going to choose the new school crew with the Modern Playbook symbol as blue? So hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I think I could get that 0.5 to a 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's go with Joker and Carter. What do they have to say about these?
I mean, listen,
that X-Men is hanging on. That X-Men is hanging on.
It's just the page. It's just the cover. That's all they print.
He's hanging on for dear life, bro.
Listen, man, I just picked it because I'm biased. Listen, I'm not an X-Men guy. I just love Magneto. So Magneto's first appearance. But then again, 0.5 at that price, bro. Imagine a 6.0. That's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna go with the low grade on this one. And that's the only reason. I'm not a big X-Men guy, so I can't really say much about this. Besides me just liking Magneto. So that's the only reason why I picked the book. That honestly.
I'm just saying, hey, you know what? How many 0.5s are there? That's rare.
Yeah.
it should be worth more.
For negative.
Dude, I'm trying to see what the page quality is on that too. I don't know if that's off white. Like
it's white. It's white, bro. It's white.
Page quality black.
Oh man. Hey.
Listen, my pick is real tepid. I just don't like 0.5s because 9 times because probably there's something missing and that's gonna fuck with me. Honestly, I'd rather take a 1 over a 0.5 when it comes to that X-Men #1. I mean, it presents, somewhat decently, but it's still a 0.5. So there's something really, really, really wrong with it. So I can't get with it. I just can't get with it at all. That's a pet peeve of mine. So that's why I'm going with that 6.0. Holy shit. I can't believe a 6.0 giant size X-Men #1 is going 30. For that much. That is, I can't, like, I'm really having a hard time wrapping my brain around the prices. Yeah, that's cheap, but compared to, because listen, I'm still living in I'm still living in like 2013. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these prices. You know what I mean? So I'm just having a hard time with a lot of these prices. Even though, thank God, I got something, I got something like that, but I'm just having a hard time. But I do like the giant size X-Men #1 and the 6.
Yeah,
I get a mental picture of them grading this book, the X-Men, the one, and everybody just laughing. And so, dude, come over and check this shit out, dude. And they're laughing, dude.
Well,
can we give it half of a half?
Wilbur is saying, I don't know if he's guessing, but he's saying it's off-white, incomplete, taped on spine, and no back cover. So I don't know if he's actually looking at looking at it on eBay or if he's just joking around, but. Like Mercenat was
seems
saying,
pretty accurate.
Like a 0.5, like granted, X-Men 1, yeah, great, that's fine. But for a 0.5 on that book, there's only like 1, 2, maybe 3 books that I would take in a 0.5, and this is not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is a 0.5 going for that much. That's what I'm saying.
but also back to the GSX for a minute. I mean, look how much that is fallen just in like the last like month or two. Like we were up at a point where like it was $1,000 per grade point, and now it's kind of dropping back.
It was up to that much at that time.
Yeah. We were talking about like $6,000 for a 6.0 maybe a month or two ago.
Oh, well, buy on the dip then. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like it even more.
Very good point.
And Wilbur said he looked it up. Yeah, so there you go.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at the picture right now. It does have the back cover on it, but there is a tear on the front.
Off-white, tape on spine, and incomplete. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a piece missing out of the top corner too.
Yeah, so it is off-white to white pages, but I mean, unless you looked up the actual grader's notes, or not grader's notes, but the label number and all that.
Well, there was 32 bids for the 0.5, and it came up to 3,800. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, was he looking at the X-Men 1 or the giant size X-Men?
Oh, we were looking at the 1.
We were looking at the 1, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't look up the 1 again.
It'll go up again.
Yeah, but the 32 bids could be like 2 or 3 bidders, and they're just bidding.
Yeah. I'm just saying there was 32 bids regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, it always seems like there's a whole shitload of it was going buck wild, but it could just be 2 guys that don't really know much about comics just bidding this up. and then the guy that sold it, hey dude, I sold that shitty 0.5 for 3,800, man.
It could be that guy. I don't know if you've ever seen him. I seen him, I want to say either Instagram or YouTube. All he collects is 0.5s.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. He's got like a ton of books that are just 0.5s. Like it sounds stupid, like, but there is something to it where it's like, well, I guarantee no one else is trying to do that.
I'm saying, trying to keep it linear, I guess. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, somebody collects something.
It's the equivalent of a junk man.
There you go.
It's the Fred T. Sanford.
Or what's always the saying? Low grade's better than no grade.
Yes.
I don't agree with that statement.
Not that book. What, the 0.5? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely would not spend that much money on a 0.5.
No.
It seems a bit like extravagant.
You won't, but somebody did. Somebody did. You know what I mean? But hey.
I mean, not to disclose too much information, but I mean, I did buy 2.0 for less than that cost.
Oh, really? Okay.
But this was also like maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I think about that time it was about $1,000 a point, or a little over at that point. And then my copy is actually signed by Stan Lee too. So
nice. Wow.
Yeah. So
that's
nice. I
nice.
feel like that was I feel like that is I bought it probably at the right time if I was ever going to buy it again. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, at this point, I wouldn't spend that much money on a 0.5. Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
It's hard to see the upside on that.
Imagine with the grader's notes on that X-Men. It says, "Where do I start?" And then it's just
why bother? Why bother?
Let's see. Thank you again, Roman Curtis. Josh buying a 0.5 is like him buying a bottle of Thunderbird. Not happening.
Yeah. Josh is not buying that 0.5 at all. Nope.
All right, so that is actually our last set of books that I had for tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining us in the panel. So where can we catch you? Is the channel called East Meets West? Is that
you
right?
You can catch it on my channel. It's Joker # East Meets West Comics. I got these two fools with me. We do a podcast show every Sunday. We do New Comic Day reviews. We do the FOC for CBSI on Fridays. So man, we got things going on the channel. And we also have King of the Golden State, who was in the chat earlier, and the Doom 143. You know what I mean? So definitely check us out, sub up. We got some dope content, man. And definitely, man, appreciate you guys inviting us over here and doing this. This is awesome, bro. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming a community favorite to play this game. Like, honestly, like it's getting hard to like keep track of who's coming on each week now. At this point, I actually have to have a Google Calendar set up to know, like, okay, this person's coming on this week, and like I need to message this person to make sure they contact who. Yeah. So I mean, it's great. I'm sure like once we go through a good cycle of people, we're gonna ask everyone to start coming back again, like, because it's fun to like play this, just to get into like like either your flipping mind or your collector's mind of why you're buying certain books at this price points. So
yeah. So I mean, I'll definitely do this again. This was awesome, man. So
cool,
fun.
Yeah.
All right, and I don't have any final thoughts for today.
What? You don't have a final thought, Aaron?
No, I could. Okay, well, let's see if I can think of one real quick.
Relationships don't go the way you want them. Just walk away.
Know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Then I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay away from comic shops that price books out counters.
That too.
Yeah. And then keep a lookout at those conventions, because there's definitely still those con dealers that have not repriced their books. That's where I get a lot of good steals from. So, and maybe you'll catch me on Whatnot soon.
Well.